Yeah, just to touch on it all, like obviously coming from right out of the sort of spectrum of
Of race.
British, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, coming in with Irish flow, we've got a whole different kettle of fish here, and the thing is, for me looking at the album, like listening to it, I can't wait to hear it live. You know what I mean? I'm thinking to myself, fuck, a good few thousand people there bouncing about. That's going to be 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? I would give it four and a half, five, like, because he's touching certain points there. I could hear the way he's, going into the culture and, shining certain lights that need to be shown. And that's it. Like, it's all about that. Whenever it comes to hip hop, it's all about educating and making people feel better about themselves as they listen. So for me, I was sitting back, enjoying my Guinness and thinking to myself, fuck, what's that one? Shazam. You know what I mean? So for sure, like, it's definitely up there. I'm going to run it back. And I'm really interested to hear more from Kojey. I think that, as an artist in terms of like the game and where we're at and like the American culture and whatnot, I'm blessed enough to be around certain individuals within the space, and I can see that, as she says, people just exist, but in reality, they're really looking at our flow, looking at the British flow, should I say. I've got a whole different type of flow, but the British flow, like they're looking at that and like understanding, how they can mimic that to make success. And if you actually start to look at things, you'll be able to see certain patterns of the grime coming into the hip hop. And I think that, the UK doesn't take enough props, to be honest with you. But yeah, like I'm grateful to be here, and thank you, lads.
Do you know? I think you said like quite a few like good points there. Like I think like something I'm interested in, like particularly what you said, like regarding like hip hop being like like having a component of like education to it, right? So obviously, as you said, like you're Irish, right? But hip hop and grime is predominantly black culture, right? Like how do you kind of use that as a form of education, so to speak?
Well, for me, like, I was raised without a father, so I was able to look at the greatest, Tupac, Nas, Biggie, and them, and understand how they like done their shit. Like, I read their lyrics. You know what I mean? It wasn't like just knowing them. I was reading them to understand what's actually going on, and that was sort of like my guidance as such. So that was more my education on that term. But when it comes to just rhythm and flow, like from the Irish standpoint, like there's a whole load of that going back centuries that has almost been almost like a joke as such at a bar, where people would freestyle, but they wouldn't even know it was hip hop. You know what I mean? They would just be getting, jamming to a guitar, and saying a couple of words in the same rhythmic flow that would probably be on a hip hop BPM as such.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see how the cultures can start to synergize and
And
everything
merge across each other.
Yeah, cross pollinate for sure.
Yeah.